How's the AFC Richmond playing this season?
Not bad. Not as good as the first season. I cannot lie. But, we're holding strong. I scored a home run yesterday.
You play for them?
Yeah. Every night.
What?
Yeah, I'm going after this. We got a game.
I play for OL, bro. We're playing you tonight.
Oh, that was the Detroit Lions.
Oh, well, I don't know. That's their nickname.
Well, no, this is at the beginning of the podcast, and that's at the end. Now you got confused.
You broke the timeline, Davis. Come on, man. Now it's ruined.
This is supposed to be at the beginning. You're not supposed to mention the thing when you're at the very end of the podcast.
All right.
So what was this you were saying about electric microphones before the show started, Davis? What's going on here?
Are we just jumping right into that?
Yeah. I mean, you've been on this freaking show enough times. Who cares? Who cares who you are, where you're from? Everyone already knows.
The novelty's worn off.
Yeah. You're just a part of it now. You don't get introduced.
I like that. Okay. I'm like the Joey Garcia of this show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I feel that role well. Yeah, well, electric microphones. I mean, all microphones are electric. For those of you who aren't aware of
acoustic microphones.
Yeah, acoustic
I thought those were a thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, those are like the the ones you would have what is it, like not a megaphone, I guess. The ones that are really
like
just
the paper
giant,
rolled up.
Yeah, it's just like a giant cone.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so microphones are electric. And back in the day, before electricity was like, I don't know, I guess safe, when it was back in the wild days of electricity, people wouldn't ground things properly. So like, the current has to sort of not like actually run into the ground, but like part of it has to like. I mean, I don't really even know, but like it has to be grounded.
Some techno stuff. Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna get shocked. And back in the day, stuff didn't get grounded very often. So if you were like touching two electrical sources at the same time, such as playing an electric guitar and then trying to sing into a microphone, you could sometimes get zapped. And yeah,
never good.
No, not good at all.
Not at all.
Like it's like literally worse than like the worst taser, because you're getting direct current, like unfiltered electricity.
Well,
how did the band survive?
The band survived.
How did they survive?
Oh, how'd they survive?
They all die of electricity.
I don't know. Stuff was crazy back then, man. Like speaker cabinets would explode and stuff.
They just wore rubber all the time, or
There's a war out here, man.
Yeah.
People was dying.
I mean. Yeah, and then the guys just smashing stuff on stage. Like, that was how Pete Townsend went deaf. I think only on his right side, but, like...
Scary.
Yeah.
Well, hey, welcome to That Was Mint.
Welcome.
Come in.
Assalamu alaikum.
Stay. What does that mean?
I think it means, like, hello.
It's a long word.
Yeah.
To say hello.
Or it's like, greetings, my friend.
Okay. We're joined by, speaking of friends, we're joined by, we've already said it, but
friend of the show.
Friend of the show. This is, I think, your 5th time in video.
Is that including the one that didn't air?
No, I don't think so.
No. The lost episode.
Well, actually, no, it's the 5th time, because you had 3 episodes by yourself. You're on the Christmas one.
Yeah.
And now you're on this one.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
That's not even counting the audio only episodes.
Oh, from way
from the
back
dinosaur
in the
ages.
day.
The audio only, man.
Yeah, if you guys can find those on SoundCloud, I'll give you a high five.
Take a peek. A real high five.
Maybe when you go listen to the new Joe Schmuck record, you can.
Mm-hmm.
I finally organized the stuff into like an EP, but like it's all like from like the last like year and a half almost.
Is it dropped?
Yeah, I mean it's all on SoundCloud. I basically just made a playlist.
Oh, okay, yeah. Got it.
But so, that is like the EP. So
okay.
Nice. Yeah, we're gonna talk some stuff. It's gonna be a bit of a tribute episode at some point. We'll get to that down the line. But first, we got some business from last week.
Yes, business.
To discuss. We're bringing recommends back, Davis. I don't know if you
Recommends
we
are back.
took them a little away, and then now we're doing them again.
While we
So
if you have any comments on the media we consumed, feel free to chime in.
like recommend you two stuff.
we'll do that at the end, maybe.
Yeah, you can recommend
Okay.
us something at the end, but also if you've seen the movie he recommended me, or heard the album, you could be like, oh yeah, that's good, or like that's trash.
Okay.
Or if it's my recommend, that's trash.
That's
Trash.
Yeah, I did not watch Possessor. I was busy. Okay, to be fair, I was watching a film today from a movie franchise that exists that I'm not done with yet, but I'm gonna talk about on the show at some point.
The what?
I've been going through it used to be a very popular film franchise, directed for teenager girls.
I've been wanting to watch that too.
It might have
actually.
something to do with spooks and dog people and all that.
Oh
So-
Jesus.
Should I watch this in preparation?
Yeah, if you have the brain power and the
Oh no, I've been wanting to watch it for a while.
okay,
Actually.
it's rough out there. But yeah, I watched the third one today.
Ooh, you're in.
I'm in.
Wow.
I have
They
two.
have sex in the next one.
No, they don't. They don't show it. They almost did in this one,
No,
and they did.
and they're like flying over the walls. It's
No,
like, yeah, I've seen it,
that's
bro.
not true.
I looked up the scene.
That's false. That's fake news.
You
Fake news.
You definitely see
Why are you looking up
Robert
that-
Pattinson's butt.
Yeah,
his back.
no,
Why were you
I
looking
doubt
up that scene, Ethan?
Research purposes.
for
For
research.
the pod.
You knew ahead of time. Anyway, so I've been watching those, so I've kind of been like, I've been dead inside for a little while, movie wise. I will
makes
watch.
sense.
I'm watching Possessor once I'm done with those two, though,
That's good.
and whatever you recommend today. But I didn't watch that. I listened to Born Sinner, right? Born
Mhm.
Sinner, pretty good stuff. I'm new to the J. Cole.
Oh my God! You recommended
World.
J. Cole. What is wrong with you?
Oh, see, here we go. Now we can have some social commentary on what we've.
Hey man, don't judge. You haven't even listened to the album, bro.
I don't need to listen.
Yeah, no, yeah, you did. What song have you heard?
I don't need to, but I will say it could have been worse. You could have recommended Russ.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't. do
Russ.
Yeah.
that. I don't want to.
Does Russ even is he even a thing still? Does he still?
I don't know.
drop?
He was like big for a while, but like I feel like I haven't seen anything. So
I
kind
don't.
of dropped.
I'll honestly never heard a Russ song in my life, but I'm newer to the J. Cole world. Really only heard stuff from his new one, the one that just came off season, and whatever the other one was, 2014.
Yeah.
I
Horse Tails Drive.
Yeah, there's good stuff on that.
Yeah.
So, still dipping my feet into that realm of music. So, like, the thing is, I'm unfamiliar with, like, the people hate him or people love him camp. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know, I'll listen. And I've liked most of what I've listened to. So, I don't know. I don't know what that says about me. I don't know what that says about Jasif Cole.
Jason.
Cole.
Yeah, that's what I got.
What tracks from any standout tracks for you?
Oh, I listened to it once all the way through, so I'm gonna listen to it again. But I'm gonna look up on my brain phone songs because I can't remember. There was one song, "Power Trip," was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't. I gotta listen to it again.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't even a cop out, but my brain for real has been fried since I've been watching Twilight. So yeah, I probably need to listen to it in a better headspace.
No, yeah, good album. I think you'll enjoy it. It's got like some religious vibes, Gives you a
Oh,
little early
yes.
Kanye.
And I, of
type.
course, am a very Christian
Very
boy.
religious man.
Yeah.
Very.
So
I thought you were Muslim.
Muslim. Not as such.
Yeah, Snakes in the Grass. That's a good song.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that one.
What, Crooked Smile? TLC's on that song. That's another good
Oh, that's right. I was
So-
just looking through that and I saw TLC and I was like, "What's TLC on?"
one. The good old TLC.
TLC stands for tomato,
Lettuce.
lettuce, ketchup.
Ketchup.
I'm not wrong because ketchup is.
They spell clan with a K and ketchup with a C.
No, isn't there that one spelling of
What a
ketchup
place.
that's like that's like weird, and it's catsup.
Catsup.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if that's actually ketchup, but I've seen that. Yeah, look at that. You look up catsup, it's ketchup.
Catsup.
Huh.
It's true, folks. Listen, look at that.
Yeah,
Zoom in on that frame
Catsup.
of me holding up the Google.
You just got some schooling in, boy.
You can take
You learn me, boy.
the boy out of the school. What about you?
Yes. You recommended To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar.
Lame.
no, Lamar. Yeah. No, it was very, very good album. I enjoyed the jazz elements that were in there. I also liked the experimental nature. You know, it wasn't like many rap albums
Yeah.
I've listened to. I do feel I had some deeper themes than a Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah. I personally I think I prefer Good Kid, Mad City a little
Same.
more, but I almost hate using this word, but it's almost cinematic in a lot of the he's got these interludes that are good, and if the interludes are good on an album, then it's usually a pretty good album.
I would agree with that. But I like there's like themes of just struggling with inequality and stuff like that, and I feel like the imagery, all these guys up around the White House, F this, or that interview at the end of the album where it's like, there's gonna be blood, people aren't gonna sit around and take this anymore.
You know who that's with, right? The interview?
Who's that with?
That's Tupac.
That's Tupac?
Yeah, it's like an old archival interview. Kendrick didn't do the interview, but it's Tupac saying, these are all the things that are gonna happen, and all that.
Well, Pac, prolific dude.
Yeah.
He was right.
Hashtag Tupac was right.
Yeah.
And is still alive.
Cause I heard that and I was like, oh, he's talking about this year. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And then your film, you said you didn't.
I got 30 minutes and from the first act, the setup, beautifully executed. I think I'll enjoy the movie. I like how there's it's sprinkling random things throughout, the alien fell in the car of the dude they meet later in the movie.
Yeah.
I like it when a plot crosses over and kind of is connected in weird ways. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Now, did you see Nick Frost yet?
Yes.
I was not expecting Nick Frost to be in the movie, and he showed up, and I was very surprised.
Yeah, I enjoy his little appearance.
It's a fun little movie. It didn't shatter my world or anything, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The whole way through.
I enjoy the premise, just some British boys getting into trouble, aliens.
Yeah. Absolutely. Bruv.
But anyway, on from that, I think should we get into our topics?
Yeah. Yeah. I got some.
I got some too.
Rock, paper, scissors. Who goes first? I always win. So I'm gonna talk about games because I'm a gamer.
You're a gamer? Oh.
I'm a gay.
Gamers unite.
That's what they call Mur from Impractical Jokers. Call him gay Mur.
I'm gay Mur.
Oh wait, that was actually a bit. You remember that?
Was it?
That was a bit they did.
No, I don't remember that.
It was they're pretending to be on a panel interview, and Sal comes out as gay, and then Mur's like, "You've inspired me. Now I'm gonna come out." And then Sal's like, "I knew it. This was all a ploy. I'm not actually gay. I just wanted to." So you actually inadvertently referenced a bit.
Oh wow, from Impractical Jokers.
Sure did.
Shoot the hostage, Sal.
Shoot the hostage, Sal.
Shoot the hostage.
Take off the bag, Sal. It's his wife.
Deborah?
You guys.
Oh, you guys. Come on.
You don't know what we're referencing. It's the classic Meat Canyon video. Was it a Impractical? No.
I forget what it's called. The Impractical Jokers one.
It's the Impractical Jokers one.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty recent.
Yeah,
so.
It's pretty recent. It's pretty awful.
As of this episode uploading, it's pretty recent. No, but we had a PlayStation like big events? Do you see anything from that? Like
I saw the God of War trailer.
Yeah, there was a God of War trailer.
Spider-Man trailer.
Spider-Man 2 trailer.
Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights of the Old Republic remake.
Boom!
Wolverine. They're making a Wolverine game.
There was something for Crash Bandicoot too. I didn't watch
Oh,
the
really?
trailer, but I think it was just like the 25th anniversary or whatever.
That's cool.
It is now.
Yeah, but I mean that's a pretty big slate of games, and I guess I'm bringing it up because we've talked a little bit about this. Not on the show, but outside of it. But the Steam Deck.
thing?
Now, now my brain goes. There's a lot of pros to that, right? To I've never owned a gaming PC, but I understand the benefits of it.
Yeah.
But with Sony announcing all these, especially now, all these huge console exclusive type things, what do you think? Do you think there's an Xbox isn't even like remotely a
not even.
I don't have any desire to get an Xbox. But I don't know.
Just wait till Elder Scrolls 6 is Xbox exclusive. What are you gonna do then?
I don't know. Might have to steal an Xbox.
I mean, do I have any faith in Bethesda at this point? No. So I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
But yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts, if any, on like that? Because initially I was like, well, I'd get a PS5, but there aren't really a lot yet of things that I would want to buy. But this is like, okay, there's like 4 or 5 games that I would get.
Yeah. I don't know, because like there's exclusives on the PS4 I haven't even played yet. And,
Sure.
Like I haven't played Uncharted or Spider-Man 1.
Mm-hmm.
So like I feel like I could miss the games and I'm not gonna like be like too shook up about it.
Yeah.
But like they're making me like reconsider. But still, that Steam Deck, ooh, that looks sweet.
Yeah.
Ooh, that looks sweet.
There's like 3 sizes to it or something? Like,
yeah, it's with the storage, I believe.
Okay. So, I mean, that's a whole thing. And games are gigantic now, so I don't know, you know.
Yeah, I think the most expensive version is still only like $500 though. So
Okay,
like the
that's
same
not
price
bad.
as like PS5 or the new Xbox too.
Actually, what is it, like 2 terabytes?
I
I think
think it's probably something close to that. It might be
Yeah.
1.5.
It's a little less than that, I think.
1.5.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think there's definitely, you could go either way.
Yeah.
I like the portability of the Steam Deck, that's for
Yeah.
sure. But also my eyes aren't good, so I'm
Yeah,
like, I don't really want to be
that'll
looking
do
at a
it.
small screen. Although they have like a dock, right, where you can like put it up on the big screen. Maybe.
I'm sure
I
there'll
think
be some
there's.
kind of
I think.
functionality.
I imagine it'll probably just
Yeah.
actually have like an HDMI port or something on the
Yeah.
console.
Okay, well that's fine then. I don't know. I'm just excited for those God of War games.
Yeah, God of War, man. I might just. Well, if you do get a PS5, can I like come over or something?
Can I like
watch
use it?
you,
Here,
play?
you get a Steam Deck. I'll get
Can
a
you ask your
PS5.
mom if I can come over and play some God of
Let
War?
me eat pizza rolls and play God of War.
Pizza rolls. I never really had pizza rolls. I had them a little bit in my life, but never really experienced
Yeah,
the thrill of them.
I've recently.
God bless
gone
this
on-
country
gone on
and you.
Ooh, they're so good.
Pizza rolls? Are we still talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just had my first I bought my first bag of pizza rolls like a month ago. 2 months
Really?
ago. Yeah. Now I'm an addict.
I'm an addict. I can't stop going to people's houses for sleepovers.
And getting pizza rolls.
have pizza rolls.
Emptying out their fridge.
Did you see that video of the guy eating a Hot Pocket? And he's like, bro, I tried to eat this Hot Pocket and I wonder why there was no cheese. It's because there's nothing in here. And he opens it up. It's just 2 pieces of bread.
No. That sounds hilarious, though.
I haven't had a Hot Pocket in a long time. Davis, what's your console game thing of choice and input?
I play Xbox.
Xbox.
You.
Yeah.
Why,
I mean-
as a Xbox gamer, what's the appeal of Xbox?
Probably all the men you can meet, right? And patronize with and, kiss and touch.
All the kissing?
Wow, it says the gay station player.
It's just the sex
Just
box.
kidding.
The
Just
sex
kidding.
box owner.
Hey, now
Sex
let's
bo-
keep it civil.
$6. No. Well, I mean, I've just always sort of had an Xbox because it was like
So your parents wanted you to like men.
So they like enforced that lifestyle on you.
Well, and because I got my 360 like with Halo 3 like
That's
a
a
month
good game.
after it dropped, and that was literally the greatest game of all time. No
debate.
There's no argument there. Halo 3
wow.
is literally the best game of all time.
That's your argument for the greatest game of all time.
Wow.
I think in terms of sheer replayability and like the multiplayer when it was at its peak was like nothing rivals it. Like nothing. Like I think it was just like the coolest like game ever.
Not even
Glover.
Not even Gex.
Not even Bubsy.
Bubsy 3D.
Not even Bubsy 3D. Super Monkey Ball though.
Super
I'm
Monkey
gonna have to
Ball.
stop you there and say Super Monkey Ball is better.
Do not besmirch the name of Super Monkey Ball. The primate is in the sphere.
But yeah, so I've just always sort of stuck with Xbox since then. But I do think console exclusives are stupid. I think they're
trash.
a false sort of like really stupid marketing thing to drive up console sales and stuff and spark some sort of stupid battle between console owners when it's just like everyone should just be able to play these games. Like I mean, it's all business at the end of the day, but
yeah. And I understand how like I mean, we haven't really brought up Nintendo. That's because they're not really doing anything console-wise as of late.
Nintendorks.
But they, all their games, you can only play Mario on a Nintendo thing. You can only play whatever. And I understand, like, wanting to keep it exclusive a little bit if you're that. But, I'm glad I can play, like, Red Dead 2 on anything, really.
Yeah.
So there's games like that I appreciate. And I'm actually going to replay it pretty soon, I'm thinking, because I mean actually maybe not, because it's very big and it like
it's like 200 gigabytes.
Yeah, well that and it also just like destroys like 2 months of my life, like, in a good way, but time just disappears when I play that game.
True.
Yeah, that's all I got for that. I just think I'm excited for some of those games. God of War looks really good. Spider-Man 2 I played Spider-Man 1. It's fun. So
yeah, I played it at your dorm. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, and like Knights of the Old Republic. Like I never played the original, but I know how much people love it. So
that
even
might get me actually.
Even I watched the teaser though, and I was like, "Ooh, Knights of the Old Republic! Let's go!"
I've dreamed about playing that game in its heyday. Like that's something I'm really disappointed of missing out on. So that might be the thing, but
that
who
might
knows?
be it.
I mean, you can always get the Steam Deck and then just like torrent stuff too.
That's true. We don't advocate for that.
Yeah,
No
no one go torrent every single game from every major studio out there.
Don't do it.
On
Definitely
PC.
don't torrent every Nintendo game out there. Don't
Especially the ones.
Don't steal from those idiots.
Especially the ones you can't get anymore and they won't re-release because they're a bunch of Scroogey freaking
idiots.
I don't know.
Don't do
There's
that.
definitely not a Google Docs thing where you can find on Reddit with like all the Pokemon games on it, and I definitely didn't use that to download them.
I haven't even thought of playing a Pokemon game in years. Like that thought has never crossed my mind. Hey, I should sit down and play Pokemon.
Really?
Well, like once or twice, but I'm like, well, yeah.
Not even for nostalgia's sake.
Well, someday you gotta grow up.
Dang hard.
Wow.
Dang hard. No, I love a lot of those games, but
Yeah, you're right. I should go chop wood instead of playing
just
video
go chop
games.
wood. What are you doing playing these things? Brain melting screens.
Yeah, get up at 4 a.m. and run.
Get up at 4 a.m. and run. Be
Yeah.
like Mark Wahlberg.
Anyway, moving on to our next topic.
Mm-hmm.
Davis, this applies
Yes.
to you. Did you? Oh wait, we might have talked about it.
I don't know. Go ahead.
You're going through the Wheel of Time again, my friend, right?
I haven't started it again yet,
But
but
you're
I'm
going to.
thinking about it
You're
heavily.
anticipating it.
I think we just briefly mentioned it, so you can go into it in more detail.
Well, for those who don't know, Davis is a fan of the Wheel of Time. He's read the first few books. It was
like 3.5. 3.5.
3.5, yeah. And so, what are your thoughts, David? What are your thoughts on the trailer? Did you see?
Wait, there was a trailer?
Yeah. Oh, son, you didn't watch
so
the
out
trailer,
of the loop,
bro.
I'm not on like Twitter or Instagram or anything, so like I don't see. I
didn't even see it on that.
I don't see any
YouTube.
news. Oh, I just didn't recommend.
It just came up on YouTube for me, and I was like, "Ooh,
whoa! I need to watch that immediately after this podcast."
I guess that stabs that bit in the heart.
I was playing Skyrim today, though, looking through the mods and stuff, and there was an Avienda mod that I downloaded.
Wow, you dirty.
Why do you do this to me?
He's dirty. I'm sorry.
He's dirty. That doesn't make it any better. I still have to go.
How deep in are we?
Like 26 minutes.
26? Yeah.
That doesn't help. I'm not going to remember that. It's fine. I listened to the whole thing all the way through anyway. So I'll hear this all again one day.
Sorry, Dave just says nasty man thing.
It's a nasty man thing.
This pig.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have other topics though.
Okay.
We could pivot to. Oh well, this is. I guess we should get into the series. Why I called.
Should we do the serious
together.
one for? Okay. Yeah, we could do that
for posterity's sake. We lost a legend yesterday, gents. We lost an absolute goat of comedy.
Yeah. We're filming this the day after it was announced that Norm Macdonald passed away at 61 after a years-long, very private battle with cancer. I forget which cancer, but regardless, wasn't announced. Kind of reminded me of Chadwick Boseman, where it was very like out of nowhere, and it was like, what, he was dealing with this whole time, so that's a shame. But yeah, we just want to talk about him for a little while because we're recording this. So when it gets uploaded, it'll probably be like 4 or 5 days after that. But I don't know. We're all fans of his work across space and time. So I don't know.
Yeah. Big fans.
Yeah, I saw a tweet from Anthony Jeselnik where he said hiding like a battle, like I'm loosely paraphrasing, but it was like hiding a battle, like a 9-year battle from cancer and dying from it is like the most Norm Macdonald thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
I saw something that said it was like, because all the late night hosts do their tribute, which like I understand more when it's someone like Norm Macdonald who they all idolized. But Stephen Colbert said he was like, I wish I could make a joke about Norm Macdonald dying, but the only guy that could have made a joke like that work was Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, true.
And I was like, yeah, honestly, that's a testament to how good he was, like comedically all around. First thing I ever saw him in, he was in Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, as Norm.
As Norm the genie.
The genie.
And, I didn't acknowledge it was Norm. I wasn't like, oh, it's Norm Macdonald. I was like, oh, it's Norm the genie. So years later, when I was more familiar with his other work, I was like, dang, that is crazy. They just let him be a character in the cartoon.
Like, he was just that much of a legend.
Mm-hmm.
But he was the king of like telling jokes.
Yeah.
Like joke book, dad joke type.
Yeah.
Setup, punchline.
Yeah, like they would, he could make them as dirty as possible, but at the end of the day, they were still just like the most simple, like just idiotic jokes, but they always worked. I don't know. He was the king of delivery.
He was
when it came to jokes.
The king of delivery.
He's already just like an inherently funny person, just like with his voice and his general demeanor. But he, like, his whole thing was he could make kind of funny jokes, like the funniest joke you ever heard in your life. And that was what was really cool.
He could really make like a pun, like just a stupid pun, like the funniest thing you've ever heard.
Yeah, be like after like 9 minutes of build up too, like
like
stupid pun, and it would just kill everyone.
Yeah, that was the genius of Norm Macdonald. He had a podcast right? Yeah,
Phenomenal podcast.
For many years. I don't know many years, but it was around for a while.
Like, it was one of those podcasts where you, like, legit, like, crack up listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
Not, like... I like Joe Rogan, alright, but it's not, like, fun. It's not...
Yeah.
Maybe you laugh, like, once. And, like...
Well,
you're
you're always laughing at them, too.
Yeah.
But with Norm Macdonald, it's like as funny as most people's, like, comedy specials.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's just like
It's
a
just him
podcast
talking.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, he did SNL for a while. I was rewatching some of his Weekend Update bits recently, and they're like some of the funniest things SNL's ever done.
No, literally.
And then it got him kicked off the show.
It was too good.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, watching his when he came back to host, like the first time after, like that's probably one of the funniest like opening SNL things ever, because he just calls out everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. He was great, and he was the best at delivering jokes and writing them. Like, I would strive to be like a quarter as funny as Norm Macdonald is. Was.
See, and like, it's nice. It was nice that I don't have Twitter, but I have adjacent access to Twitter sometimes.
Sure.
I see it in passing.
Yeah.
And like, it was just good to see like literally everyone was like paying their respects.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Oh yeah.
it's good to know that like, cause he was like one of those greats that like I didn't hear people talk about like that much.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you might hear like comedians talk about him like a little bit.
Yeah.
But like when people talk about the greatest of all time, like they'll be like, oh, Dave Chappelle and like Bill Burr or like Richard Pryor or like Bill Hicks.
Yeah.
And it's like no one told a joke better than like Norm Macdonald, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he's literally like at least in like top 3, top 5. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Well, like classical comedy, you know, like the most like
bare bones,
where structured,
pure,
just everything, and yeah, he was just the best. I mean, just literally any one of his like appearances on Conan, early on especially, or Letterman.
Yeah.
Either of those two shows, he just always just killed it. So
yeah, he was one of the best guests I've ever seen on late night. Period. Like, there's whole videos of him. You know, it's usually Conan.
Yeah,
but he'll bring
Conan,
in like some other guest that's not very interesting and doesn't have anecdotes, but he keeps Norm on the couch, and Norm just saves it, and he like
he's like one of the only late night guests I've seen actually interact with like the other guests, like not just talk to the host about whatever they're brought on to talk about. He like talks with everyone there.
Yeah, and I love he just has this way of like derailing interviews, but also keeping them way more on track than they would have been without him there. So he's just like distracting the guests. He's like, "Hey, you ever been to Wyoming?" Or like just some nonsense out of nowhere, and it makes it so much funnier because Conan gets to be funny because he gets to react to him. The guest gets to be funny because he or she has to like react to Norm. It's just he made everyone else. I say it like I know him, but I don't know. He's really funny.
I mean, he was a very down to earth sort of dude. Like listening to him, it's like listening to your uncle tell jokes. That's literally how he is. He's like the perfect uncle.
Yeah, he was a real one. And if you go watch literally any bit of his, like just Google Norm Macdonald,
like anything, like literally anything, and it'll probably be one of the funniest things you've ever seen.
The Moth Joke is
legendary.
Thrown around a lot. I've seen that one recommended a lot for good reason. It's probably his best representation of his humor. If you think the Moth Joke is funny, you will think Norm Macdonald's funny.
Just jokes and like look up jokes on his podcast, because you just write jokes and then like make people say them and other people say them.
I love. Oh man, he has that on his podcast especially, where he would make jokes that like weren't necessary. Again, like they weren't really funny. They were just trying to provoke something. Like he was trying to make the other person laugh and then make them feel bad for laughing. That was what was funny about him.
I remember when he was like, they're saying 9/11 or something. And he's like, "God, don't laugh at 9/11. That's not funny."
Yeah.
I looked for my brother at the ground zero. I walked through blood and bones, 8 feet of blood and bones to try and find his body. He was in northern Canada, but
that's such a good joke. Or he goes, he's with who's his friend?
Oh, Adam.
Adam.
Yeah.
He's with Adam, and he goes, United Airlines was just voted the most safe airline in all the country. And he's like, do you know it was ranked as the least safe airline? It was 9/11 Airlines. And he goes, what a terrible name for an airline. It reminds me of that tragedy. Just throws his card. It's so... I don't do it justice. He delivers it like... I can't even replicate it, but...
Or look up, he's a real jerk. That's one of his best.
Yeah, Albert Fish.
Albert Fish,
yeah. Albert Fish is a really... That's another...
This kid sounds like a real jerk.
What a guy.
Oh, what a guy. What a guy.
Yeah.
Truly a stand-up comedian.
Stand-up comedian. It's very true. Yeah, I don't know. That's our Norm Macdonald tribute. That was like the main thing we wanted to talk about.
Tribute to the man, the myth, the legend.
The legend, man. I'm heading up to Canada. They've had it too good for too long. He says that as the genie. Fairly Odd Parents. He's like, for now, I'm going off to Canada.
I remember that.
Or he was also on the Mike Tyson show on Adult Swim as the pigeon.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, yeah.
I can only imagine a room with Norm Macdonald and Mike Tyson and just like talking to each other. That would be an interesting. That'd be magical.
If only he'd have gotten on hot boxing with Mike Tyson.
Is that the one Bill Burr was on and he was just like insulting Mike Tyson to his face?
Yeah.
And he didn't die.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, he'd insult Mike and Mike just laughs. It's just like, I feel like Mike's kind of chilled out.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so.
Mike is also like very high when he records those podcasts.
Oh, that's true. That probably calms him down.
Yeah.
I saw a video of him or a clip of him on, I think it was Logan Paul's podcast, and he just eats a handful of mushrooms, and then he's just like chewing them, just staring at, like dead eyes staring at them, like not saying anything, just chewing this mouthful of mushrooms.
Horrifying.
I think my favorite Mike Tyson line is when he's like, "I eat your children. Alhamdulillah."
I eat your children. Praise be to Allah.
Praise be to Allah. Yeah, he's just like, I kill you. I kill your family.
Yeah,
I kill your children.
Praise be to Allah. Man. Old Mike.
You gotta. I got some other.
Yeah, you take it. I used all mine.
Oh, you used all yours? Well, okay.
Well, I'll probably think of some more. I just wrote down a few.
Yeah, there's this guy, Ralph Rangel.
Oh, jeez.
That guy sucks, and his podcast is stupid.
He's starting something with a podcast of people we know.
Well, I figured the internet is run off of, like, beef, so we got to start some beef if we're going to get big.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, those Sleeping Bears guys,
Yeah.
they're sleeping on the job, looks like. They suck.
I know, they don't even have cameras.
Yeah. We have to clip this and call them out or something.
They don't have cameras. You don't even know what we don't even know what you look like,
but they're
man.
on Spotify. And we're not. They're
Okay.
on streaming services.
All
They're
right,
more of
you
a
know what
podcast than we are.
You know what else has Spotify? Joe Rogan.
Yeah, but he has video.
Yeah, but we've
on
already
Spotify.
Okay, so then I guess we're even.
We look so lame.
We
now.
do not look lame.
Ralph Rangel and Mario Ruiz, you guys, bunch of clowns.
Clowns.
They ain't just clowns; they're the whole circus.
Yeah, the whole circus,
You,
you
my
goobers.
friend, are the whole circus.
You guys darn goobers. Come on the podcast. Fight us.
Yeah, fight us.
With your words.
I know one of you already did. 2 times, 3 if you count the one that never got released. But
That one that's on a VHS tape floating in the middle of the
VHS.
ocean.
1 VHS tape.
in the middle of the Indian Ocean.
Have we ever talked about that? That's one of my greatest disappointments.
I think we've
life.
referenced it.
We've referenced it. Yeah, so we filmed a podcast months ago at this point. It was with Davis and Ralph, who we just insulted publicly. And it was literally like a 2.5 hour.
It was a spectacle.
Saga.
Man. Like
Was it our longest episode?
It was our longest by literally like an hour.
Wow.
It was historic.
It was a good episode.
Yeah, we talked about like a lot of stuff.
And it was great. Like, it was probably my favorite episode we've ever filmed. And then I went to check the audio, and it didn't. And I mean, it was like a bunch of stuff broke at the same time, basically. And I tried to fix it, and we had to scrap it. And I was very sad. And so, like, all that to say, it's not an excuse, but sometimes when we go on a hiatus, it's because of stuff like that, where I'm like, okay, we just filmed for like 3 hours, and then I went to edit it, and I tried to edit it for like 4 hours, and it still didn't work.
Oh, yeah,
so
that's discouraging.
Part of that is like that, but I'm sure we'll redo that at some point, because no, that was a good and we talked about a ton of stuff, and part of me is like, dang it, now we can't talk about any of that stuff again.
I guess God will not let us attain perfection in podcasting.
Never. We will always fall short.
Short of the
glory of Joe.
Creator.
Yeah, that
Joe?
podcast was like
Joe Rogan.
That podcast was like the golden bowl of this YouTube channel.
The Golden Bowl.
The famous.
Yeah, it was a bowl, right? Wasn't it?
What are you talking about?
The one that when Moses went up to get the 10 Commandments, and then all the
Oh, yeah, the Golden Bowl.
I thought you said Golden Bowl, like a freaking bowl. I was like, what are you talking about, bro?
I also think it's a calf, but that's neither here nor there.
I know it was a cow of some type.
It's a cow.
But yeah, that's the golden calf of this YouTube channel.
It's like a false idol.
A false idol.
What are the 10
God was like, you cannot have this.
You cannot have this.
Or no, more like it's actually the Tower of Babel. I think it's a better one.
Yeah,
because we were trying to achieve that.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
it was like the perfect podcast.
Joe Rogan struck us down because we could not rise above him.
I was gonna say I don't think it's the golden calf because God didn't want that because it was in like direct opposition to him. So maybe if we made the worst podcast and we thought it was the best podcast, then it would be the golden calf.
That story is so funny to me. Like, I'm not really, like, into the Bible and all that stuff, but that story is just hilarious to me because it's literally, like, Moses walks off for, like, 5 minutes.
Yeah, it is funny.
And then he comes back, and it's just, like...
He's just evolved into the hedonism.
They're like, Moses, you gotta look at this cow. This is the best thing. He's like,
It's that classic, I leave for 5 minutes.
I go to see God for a minute.
I just imagine him coming back and it's just like the soy Wojaks just pointing at a golden calf.
Have you seen that one that's Flapjack and Captain Knuckles? They're pointing at Candy Island. That's a great image.
There's some comical parts of the Old Testament now that I think about it.
There are some really funny parts in that book.
Like, it's just like pure comedy. They're like,
I guess series of books.
Yeah, series of books.
No, yeah, there's some really. I told you the one about the it's in Judges. Judges is hilarious.
You told me this in private, but I'm sure Davis would love to hear.
In Judges, there's this one judge that basically I forget why he's there, but he goes to like stop this king, this evil king, and the king is super fat. And so the judge goes, I want a meeting with the king, and his guards are like, okay, and they start to go in with him. He's like, no, I need to do it alone, and they're like, okay, and then they stay outside, and the king's like, what do you want? And the judge, I don't remember who it is, one of the judges, yeah. So the king's like, what do you want? And the judge goes, I have a secret for you. Basically that's what he says. He's like, I have a secret message for you. And the king's like, oh, what is it? And then the judge is like, oh, I need to tell you. And the king's like, come closer. And then the judge like gets right up to him, and then he just stabs him and then just leaves.
Wait, wasn't it like the dude was so fat, like he's fat? Full
Yeah,
to,
it
like,
literally
swallow the
says in the
sword
Bible,
within him?
it's like the folds of his skin fell over the blade.
His like arm gets like sucked in. And he's like, ah.
And then he dies, and then the judge leaves, and then later it's like the guards were waiting outside the door because he closes the door, so he thinks the king. They're like, oh, the king must be like going to the bathroom, or the king must be like taking a nap, or I forget what they say, but it's literally like out of a comedy, out of Monty Python. There's a ton of stuff like that.
I can imagine Mike Myers in a fat suit playing the king.
Mm-hmm. No, literally, like that's.
And then Mike Myers also plays the guy that stabs the king.
It's a great story, and there's tons of those in the Old Testament that are just like, what? How did I never hear this in Sunday school?
I like all the cut stuff. You read any of the cut stuff?
The cut stuff?
There's Daniel with the lion den.
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed a dragon too.
Oh,
in a
like
cave.
the deleted scenes?
Yeah, the
Is that
deleted
what you're talking
scenes of the
about?
Bible.
Oh,
The
the
one where
director's
Judas was
cut.
like, I was right the whole time. Jesus was a piece of crap. Yeah, I did you a favor by killing that nerd. Like, there's literally.
Well, I had no idea that was in there.
Yeah.
I gotta read through it again.
Yeah, the Book of Judas. Look it up.
The Book of Judas. The Book of Judas. There's a judge named Barack.
Thanks, Obama.
I don't know if he's a judge, but there's a guy named Barack in here.
Oh.
I'm gonna try to find that story of the king.
I'm just imagining the judge like, I have a secret to tell you. Just in Obama's voice. He just stabs him.
I have a secret.
I have a secret to tell you.
Yeah, wait. I gotta read it.
Oh, closer.
Okay. Okay, so this is Judges 3. So there's the judge is Ehud, and the king is Eglon.
Ehud. Yes.
Eglon,
Eglon.
like Eggman.
Eglon.
Just imagine Eggman from Sonic. Ehud made himself this is the net version of the Bible, in case you're wondering. Ehud made himself a sword. It had 2 edges and was 18 inches long. He strapped it under his coat on his right thigh. He brought the tribute payment to King Eglon of Moab. Parentheses. Now Eglon was a very fat man. End parentheses.
Thank you so much for that.
Thanks for letting us know. After Ehud brought the tribute payment, he dismissed the people who carried it. So, like, guards brought in, like, money or whatever. Then they left. But he went back once he reached the carved images at Gilgal. Don't know.
Oh, yeah, Gilgal, yeah.
Yeah. He said to Eglon, I have a secret message for you, O king. Eglon said, be quiet, and all his attendants left. So all the guards leave. When Ehud approached him, he was sitting in his well-ventilated upper room all by himself. Ehud said, I have a message from God for you. When Eglon rose up from his seat, Ehud reached with his left hand, pulled the sword from his right thigh, and drove it into Eglon's belly. The handle went in after the blade, and the fat closed around the blade, for Ehud did not pull the sword out of his belly. As Ehud went out into the vestibule, he closed the doors of the upper room behind him and locked them. When Ehud left, Eglon's servants came up and saw the locked doors of the upper room. They said, he must be relieving himself in the well-ventilated inner room. They waited so long they were embarrassed, but he still did not open the doors. Finally, they took the key and opened the doors. Right before their eyes was their king sprawled out dead on the floor.
What a nincompoop.
And then Ehud escapes. And there's more to the story after that.
That's literally the Monty Python scene where he's like, "Oh no, he said he can't leave the room.
Oh,
he's not allowed to leave."
Did I told you about Shamgar, right?
Yeah, Shamgar.
Yeah, this is one verse in Judges, and it's never brought up again. It says, after Ehud came Shamgar, son of Anath. He killed 600 Philistines with an ox goad, and like Ehud, delivered Israel. That's all you get. An ox goad is like, it's like a prodding stick to like get ox. So like this, it literally, the Bible just goes, Shamgar killed 600 Philistines with a stick.
600 Philistines with a stick.
Yeah.
Moving on.
And that was in a time when people only lived to like 25.
Yeah.
over relatively over a course of probably like 10 years, he killed 600 people.
Yeah.
With a stick.
I always like to think it was in one battle.
Yeah, I always thought it was like one big battle. He
Like
just
one-
messed up 600 people like anime.
Just like godlike. When
It's
he's
like Neo. Remember when he's fighting all those dudes?
yeah, that kill streak is
It's literally
crazy.
just that scene. He's just like swatting dudes with a stick.
They were like sticks into the ground. It's like running on their bodies and stuff.
That's my favorite Bible verse is the Shamgar one.
Shamgar? Yeah, Shamgar's pretty
It's
good.
the funniest verse, objectively. Like, really? You're just going to name drop some guy? You got a 600-person kill streak. and
After
then
that
left.
story, too.
Mhm. You know that meme of the big Chad-looking guy?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like, kill 600 Philistines with a stick, leave. Do not elaborate. What a guy.
The Bible is chock full of great material.
And it can save your soul.
Yeah. I think that a Mike Myers adaptation where Mike Myers plays
Of every character in the Bible.
and it's like 60 hours long. I would watch that.
It's like his revival film. It's his Birdman.
It's his Birdman. He's like, I'm back, baby.
I'm back. I'm gonna play every character in the Bible.
Even like just an audiobook version would be great.
Jesus. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Imagine advertising that. The next big audiobook. The Bible.
Mike Myers.
Narrated by Mike Myers. Could you imagine how many people would just lose their mind?
I'd listen to it.
I would.
That'd be the
I would
only way I
support that.
would listen to an audiobook of the Bible, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's got to exist. No,
I hope it. Like,
but do you think
can
it's probably not like a celebrity reading it? It's not like
No.
Christopher Lee reads the Bible.
No, I don't think
I mean,
so.
there's probably some like super Christian celebrity that would.
Tim
be
Allen
like,
reads the Bible.
Tim Allen.
What?
Yeah.
God
Jesus.
came upon the mountain.
Wait. Jesus is like, one of you disciples will betray me. What? Said Peter. I would read that immediately.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Gosh. Tim Allen. I wish nothing but the best for that guy.
Yeah, I love Tim Allen.
What's his best role? What's your favorite Tim Allen performance? You can't say Toy Story because that's like his only actual performance.
Shaggy Dog.
Shaggy Dog. Good old Shaggy.
Only the parts where he's the dog, though.
Mm. His performance as Dog was really good.
Yeah, in Wild Hogs, I think that's his final.
Oh, yeah.
Hogs.
You seen Wild Hogs?
No,
You're missing out.
I think a guy we once knew named Scott is in Wild Hogs. I think.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I remember him telling us that he was in a film called Wild Hogs.
Oh God, no,
I could
gotta
be
rewatch.
mistaken. I
No,
could
no,
be mistaken.
I
But
feel like I've heard. I feel like this rings a bell.
yeah,
Within my mind.
I'm not gonna say who the Scott is, but once upon a time there was a man named Scott, and he used to tell us that he was in a film called Wild Hogs.
Yeah, he might have been a.
I think he's in the background. I think he's
Yeah.
like a biker, because it's about bikers, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you imagine his just like on a bike with a little metal helmet?
I don't think he's riding a bike. I don't know. I like what's Christmas with the Cranks. That's a great one.
The Christmas with the Cranks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
I've
great.
seen that once.
I've only seen the Jontron video. I've never actually seen the movie. I actually liked Galaxy Quest a lot.
Oh,
Oh,
Galaxy
Galaxy
Quest is
Quest is
great.
a
Yeah, I'd
banger.
say that's probably his
That's
best
like his
one.
actual. I'm like, oh, you're actually acting
Yeah.
right now, Tim. You're like being yourself, but you're acting.
Yeah, he has a good performance in that.
It's that and Toy Story.
Yeah.
I would say it's the first Santa Claus.
Yeah, the Santa
too.
Claus, the first one.
That
yeah,
one's.
that's got some good moments in it.
I mean, just as like, it's one of my favorite like kind of sort of Christmas movies.
It's a classic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, he was charming enough. In
Mhm.
it, so
There's definitely some like early 2000s family movie humor in there that I'm not a giant fan of,
Yeah.
but I think I like it. I've seen it pretty much every year.
Yeah.
Not the sequels. Can't say
Oh,
I'm a
jeez, Louise.
Giant.
I think the second one is like
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen the second one.
Oh, Toy Santa, man, that it goes hard.
It's kind of creepy seeing Tim Allen all like plasticified.
I've seen that image.
When I was a
that
kid,
might have terrified me.
For some reason, it creeped me out.
Yeah, I was like, that's no bueno. But I've seen the Martin Short one where he plays a Jack Frost.
I would never watch that one.
I remember it being pretty bad. I remember the main plot thing at the end is that there's a pen that you click it and it records audio, and he gets because Martin Short is Jack Frost and he ends up being the new Santa.
Yeah. And
you can only do that by saying, "I wish I wasn't Santa Claus." And so Jack Frost is taunting Tim Allen, and he's like, "All you did was you said I wish I was not Santa Claus, and now look where you are." And then Tim Allen pulls out a pen and plays back the audio, and somehow that works. The pen audio is what did it, not him saying
just
it.
Actually just saying.
A second ago.
Beautiful plot. I love that.
Great movie.
Also, in the second one, I would get scared. I would get kind of creeped out as a kid. He went into the machine and he was like, I was like, oh jeez,
Tim Allen's dead.
Yeah, no. I was like, no, not Tim Allen.
Oh god.
And then a tiny Tim Allen came out or something. Didn't that happen when they're a tiny? No.
A tiny
Maybe I
Tim?
figured something out.
I don't know
about that.
Something happened.
I don't know about all that.
I don't know about all that.
Here's a funny anecdote about South Park.
South Park, yes.
Which is a show I've seen some episodes of recently. I've never actually seen episodes in full. I'm like, gosh, I love these. But I love those too. I love Trey and Matt. So.
Yeah.
But do you know the niece of the chairman of Scientology, her first introduction to Xenu and all the Scientology lore was by watching the South Park episode about it.
That's awesome.
And then she left the church years later.
Dang.
So
what did she think was BS, and then got to the meeting and was like, oh.
Well, yeah, she was just the chairman's niece or whatever, and she was like, I don't really know anything about
Adam Miscavige or whatever that guy's name was.
I forget, but I just know, I was reading somewhere.
So she didn't know how it all started, sort of.
Yeah, and she didn't know the details of it. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, you don't know about Xenu until you're at the highest level.
Jeez.
Which you get there very late, so a lot of people don't
after
know
you've
about
paid
the Xenu stuff.
$1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I guess she found out through South Park and then left, and I was like, wow, that's pretty funny.
Serves them right.
A lot of good done by that show.
Yeah.
Through a lot of parody and abrasiveness.
Makes fun of Canadians a lot.
Mm-hmm. Canadians are just the ones with the top head,
with
right?
with the head that is
That's great.
But
I still think one of the funniest jokes on that show was the one where they put Carmen's butt with two eyes on, or no, not even two eyes. It's literally just his butt. He flashes it, and they put it on the missing section of a milk carton, or they get it printed on a bunch of milk cartons, and then two people call in. They literally have their heads are butts, you know. And every time they speak, it's literally they're just farting basically. And at the end, it does their whole sort of faux lesson thing and stuff and whatever. But then they get a call and someone actually found the butthead people's kid, and it shows up and it's literally just Ben Affleck.
That's funny.
And they don't even animate Ben Affleck. It's literally Ben Affleck, a picture of Ben Affleck's head on a character, and his mouth moves and stuff, and it's just that's it.
I think they're friends with those guys Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Oh, I always forget Ben Affleck used to be in comedy movies.
Yeah,
you remember that back in the day?
Back in the day. That's so weird. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Matt Damon appears in so many movies unprompted. There are so many movies where you're just watching it and then out of nowhere Matt Damon shows up.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, playing a character and you're like, Matt Damon's in this? What? There's like 3 movies for real that all do that. Interstellar.
Oh yeah,
You're
wasn't he like not even like
No, he wasn't even
advertised?
You're
or
just
anything?
sitting there watching Interstellar, and then out of nowhere, Matt Damon shows up, and you're like, what?
Matt Damon stranded on another world.
What was the other one I just watched? No Sudden Move, that new Steven Soderbergh movie with like Don Cheadle and Benicio del Toro. He shows up at the end out of nowhere.
Huh.
And I was like, what? This guy just his workload is exclusively showing up in other movies.
Just weird cameos.
He is Hollywood.
He is Hollywood, he says. I'm gonna see how much time has been elapsed. Okay. Probably got another like 15 minutes.
Well, to wrap up, Davis, what's up with the music industry?
What's up with the
What's up
music
with it?
industry?
What's the deal?
What's the beef?
I don't know. Nice to see shows are starting again.
Yeah.
Actually, you kind of have to. I mean, no, there's not really even like any big like sort of things like stopping you from going. Like, it's actually like they're like just back now, I guess.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it's nice to actually see live music and stuff again, because especially for the artists, because that's like the exclusive way they actually make money now. So it's good to see.
With the setup of everything else, they're pretty much screwed money wise.
Yeah, well, I mean, Spotify ruins it for like anyone that's making music. Like, yeah. But I mean, stuff has been getting like this since Napster, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Even it's been just slowly going down that route. But yeah. But I mean, yeah. So if you like a band, go see them, buy their merch, because that's the only way they're making money.
Merch.
Buy that.
Merch. Buy that.
Merch.
Logan Paul. Wow.
Yeah, go see Logan Paul in concert.
Yeah.
Throw a brick at his head.
Probably bounce off. It's probably made of concrete. Boing.
Just to clarify, we did not just tell you to throw a brick.
Yeah,
We
don't
are
do
not.
that.
We are not condoning you to smash Logan Paul's head in with a brick.
Everything in this show is fake and
Everything's
not real.
fake. I'm not real. Ethan's not real.
Davis
Davis
didn't even
isn't
say
real.
that. He doesn't have a mouth. He's not real.
Yeah, we're all actually VTubers.
VTubers. We
Well,
got No, we can't do that. Is that hard to do to like make a little dude?
Probably. I mean, I don't have the technical wherewithal.
I don't know how to do it.
Yeah,
I was gonna say we could do an episode where we're
VTuber episode.
Yo, oh my gosh.
Oh my god, guys.
I don't really care about
Look
that.
at me. I'm virtual.
Wow. What's like so how do I go see shows, right? What if shows are too expensive? You know?
Too expensive.
How do I go about like deciding what to go to, what not to go to? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, definitely look around just local. I mean, if you just want to get out and go see a show, if you don't particularly care who you see, go look at like, your local venues, because I can almost guarantee they're going to have smaller local acts.
Sure.
That you can just, tickets are probably less than like $20. You can just go, see them at any time of the day probably. They probably have shows scheduled all over. So I'd recommend that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know. You got to start saving again. That's like the thing with concerts. I know me and Ethan have gone through long droughts because we're broke boys most of the time.
Yeah, broke men. Broke lads.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just made the move on you. I just put my arm around you.
Things are
I'm
heating
not
up
touching you.
in the dungeon.
As someone who's not gone to a lot of concerts, I've always wanted that.
Yeah,
Because
there's
Because I'm like, well, I want to go see shows that I actually want to go see. It's not that funny. Let's calm down. No, but like I always go, I want to. If I'm gonna pay money to go see a show, then I'd rather it be someone I actually know.
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely just usually on like Spotify and stuff, it'll show you if they're touring and stuff. Like, you can just look up your specific band.
Yeah.
On their artist page,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, or like sites like Axis or like Ticketmaster, they usually post news about what tours are happening and stuff.
Yeah.
And research your venues if you want to go to a big one or a small one, standing or sitting, all that jazz. And yeah, I mean, from what I've been seeing, stuff isn't too expensive right now actually, because they actually just want to get people like back out there. Yeah. So they're trying to make it more appealing to everyone.
Guess now's the time to go.
I guess so. I got an email today from Ticketmaster saying new concerts are in the area or whatever. First band was Imagine Dragons. So.
Oh, yes!
I don't know, man.
Yes!
They're kind of my favorite band of all time. So.
Wait, me too.
Oh my gosh.
I love them so much.
What's your favorite song? Say it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Radioactive.
Oh my
God.
That's crazy. They're so cool.
Wow, I can't believe you like Imagine Dragons.
That's really quirky, guys.
Do you like Imagine Dragons?
Dude, I like vibe with the song Demons. Like it just describes me, you know? It's
So
just my
good.
truth. It's my life.
Do you remember that with Parker?
Did he say that?
Yeah, you remember that? We were taking a trip in Oregon and years ago. And we were in a car and Parker was like, "Hey Ethan, you like Imagine Dragons?" And Ethan was like, "Yeah, well actually, I mean, their music's not, like you went on like a big
I was trying not to
explanation
be
of-
mean and be like, "No, they suck. You have bad
No,
taste."
yeah, but
I
what-
was trying to like let him down
but
easy. Be
what-
like, "You're all right."
But what you didn't realize is that Parker was trying to do a joke
Yeah.
to you. And then he just said it anyway after your
After
explanation.
like a 10-minute spiel
Yeah.
from Ethan, he's just like, Imagine Dragons.
He's like,
It's
literally like, well, Imagine Dragons. It was
I was
very
like, yeah,
funny.
they're all right.
Yeah.
Sonically, I'd say they're all right. They're kind of appealing. Well, Imagine Dragons, you know, across your face.
But there was like a hesitation before he said it. He was like taking in all you'd said, and then he was like, well, Imagine Dragons. So funny.
Oh.
I always think of that when I think of Imagine Dragons. Yeah. Go buy a ticket to a concert now.
Yes.
Do it right now,
Yes.
Support your favorite artists.
and only buy tickets to Imagine Dragons concerts.
Yeah.
Only concert you can go to.
And buy Metallica concerts.
And
Throw
Metallica.
tomatoes at those idiots.
Tomatoes? Well, you starting something with Metallica now?
I don't know. I just see the copyright stuff.
Oh.
They piss me off.
Isn't that from like 20 years ago?
Well, no. They still feel the effects today.
They're still doing. Oh wait, they're
Yeah.
still like
No, there's this one.
complaining about it.
Did you know that? No, there's this one time there's a live stream on Twitch, like recently, where they got literally muted playing their own song because of
That's
like how
crazy.
they have like screwed with the copyright system.
Really?
Like they made it so bad basically that tyrannical, you could say,
Yeah.
that when they played their own song live they got striked and then Twitch muted them.
That's hilarious. Well, I think it's about that time again.
At that time.
To do some recommends for next week.
Yeah.
I'll watch Possessor, but I don't know if you want to send me another film.
We could do another album. We'll keep the movies
Sure.
from this.
Oh,
from
keep
last
the
week.
movies from this week. Oh, yeah, I guess we
Yeah.
haven't actually watched them.
Yeah, I didn't finish yet. So-
Recap in case you skipped to this point in the episode. I'm watching Possessor by Brandon Cronenberg. Ethan's watching Attack the Block by I forget who directed it, but John Boyega's in it.
Yeah.
So that's the movie's album.
And Nick Frost?
Oh yeah, he's in it, but
Yeah.
like I wouldn't go around saying this is a Nick Frost
yeah,
movie.
Yeah.
You know. My album is going to be a little EP by Sonder. It's called Into. It's like some kind of smoother R&B, kind of lay in bed, listen to it type of, some nice relaxing stuff. Take it down a notch from the theme heavy Kendrick album I just recommended to you.
Into.
It's Sonder.
Sonder.
Yeah, it's down there. It's down there somewhere. Yeah, I found out about it because they used
Wait, what's it called?
Into.
Into.
It's right there.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah,
Anyway, what were you
it's
saying?
pretty short. They used the song in a trailer for Atlanta, which is a show I like, and I don't think we've talked about on the show before, but they used it in a trailer for that show, and I was like, this is pretty good. And then I went and listened to the EP, and I was like, yep, I enjoyed that. So it's pretty short. It's a nice, easy listen. That's what I got. Okay.
Okay. I think I will recommend the album Born and Raised by John Mayer. One of his more underrated albums. A lot more folksy than the others. But a good time. Great. Not a bad song on it. So
yeah.
In usual John Mayer fashion, the man cannot make a bad song. So it's great.
Can he make a bad song?
Nope. Even his bad songs are good. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. That's
pretty incredible. That's our stuff. Davis, you have any music we should listen to or movies we should watch?
Yeah, what should we get on?
What's hot these days?
What's hot with the D?
Music. Long Time Coming by Sierra Farrell.
Oh, I haven't listened to that, dude. I listened to a few songs.
Stellar album.
Great voice. She has a great voice.
Yeah, I really like their choice of instruments and stuff too. It sounds like it could be from the 1920s, but it also sounds very modern. It's really cool. And I'll throw a vintage one out there for anyone who hasn't heard it. Go listen to Marquee Moon by Television. Very good early alternative album.
Marquee Moon?
Murky.
Marquee, a
Marquee.
theater.
Marquee.
Like Marky Mark.
It's with the band Television. It's their biggest album.
It's 2 E's.
Television.
But yeah, I think it's from 1977. But yeah, really good album. For anyone that's into indie and stuff, this is where
indie.
Not the show indie, although that's really good.
Indie. Oh, whoa.
Bring back the stunt man.
Bring back the stunt Buzz Studwell.
Buzz. But yeah, it's a good one.
Any movies? Film?
Movies. Jeez. Well, I watched this probably a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. First time watching it, The Fugitive, with Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee Jones.
That's a great movie.
I've seen a lot of stuff for it, but actually watching it for the first time, it was pretty good, actually. Yeah. I thought there was some stuff that was kind of funny. I don't want to spoil it, but there's a scene involving a dam. And it gets a little ridiculous, but
sure.
Overall, I did enjoy it. I thought it was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. The Fugitive is the one John Mulaney talks about in his stand-up, where he's like, "Oh, we were at this dining hall. It's actually where they filmed The Fugitive at the end." He goes on that big tangent.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I think I remember what you're talking
about. I didn't kill my wife.
I didn't kill my wife.
I don't care. Probably one of the funniest.
It's like a Cape Fear type movie.
No, it's way better than Cape Fear. Cape Fear is awful, I guess. Yeah. But Fugitive is really good.
Fugitive is really good. There's a lot of.
I've seen clips from this. I think
it's also been it used to be a show, and I think they're doing it again at some point.
Oh boy.
It's one of those stories that has been done a lot. But this one I think is probably the best way to watch it.
Yeah.
Only I've seen it. I watched it last year, and it was pretty good.
There's a lot of really famous people just sort of scattered through it too, for 5 seconds. And you're just oh, what's their name?
I can't think of many. Jane Lynch is in it for 2
Jane
seconds.
Lynch. Isn't not Jodie Foster? Who's
I know who's the other one.
She's the other doctor, with the kid.
I forget who it is, but it's a
it's name. You see her and you're like, oh, she's gonna be in the movie and stuff, and then she's just gone.
And then she just doesn't.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's a good one. Well, it's about that time again. Davis, it's always an honor to have you.
It's always an honor being on
the show.
Pleasure, partner.
It's a pleasure. And yeah, subscribe and stay tuned for more episodes. This one should be up relatively soon. I'm still making my video on Quibi. That's still being edited, so I don't think it'll be out before this, but keep staying tuned for that. That'll be out at some point. Davis has music on SoundCloud.
I do.
Go listen to that. It's Joe
_schmuck.
Joe _ schmuck. Ethan, you're playing for soccer.
Yeah.
Now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm on the Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone in the comments for this video, go down there and type your favorite thing about Ethan down there.
Your favorite thing about Ethan. And if you didn't like the video, type in your least favorite thing.
Say the meanest thing possible you can think of about Ethan.
Are you going to cause cyberbullying, David?
Okay, I'm not encouraging cyberbullying.
You're encouraging cyberbullying.
But I'm also encouraging cyber-loving.
Cyber-loving.
It's too true. All right, everybody. See ya in the next one.
Later.
Bye.